slowly into the headlines this morning. This is still the Breakfast Show live on GTV. We are live across our social media platforms at GTV Ghana, Multi-TV Decoder Channel 120 and DSTV Channel 278. You know, Ghana works better when we all play our parts this morning. Pay your TV license today. Just do your part today and dial *447 *333 hash. *447 *333 hash. Follow the prompt and pay your TV license this morning. We all want Ghana to work better. Now, Cancer Mixture, a solution for your arthritic pain. Discover Cancer Mixture, the breakthrough formula designed to support joint comfort and mobility. Cancer Mixture is formulated to target everyday arthritic pain, promote healthy functions. Cancer Mixture is safe, made from natural ingredients. You can trust it, backed by science and proven in real life. Reset your body today with Cancer Mixture. Choose Cancer Mixture for a smoother, more active day because your joints deserve premium care. Don't let your arthritic pain scare you this morning. Choose Cancer Mixture. It is produced by Trust in Jehovah Clinic in Takwa and available in pharmacies. For bulk purchase, you can contact them in Takwa at 0244 871 862 and in Kaswa at 0245 012 201. And here in Accra, Okashi Drag Lane at 0244 683 583. Cancer Mixture, a world devoid of sickness. So don't let your arthritic pain scare you this morning. Choose Cancer Mixture. Now the time is now to play Rand Lottery, the trusted lottery that gives you more chances to win every single day. It's affordable, transparent, and rewarding. Rand Lottery puts you first in every given opportunity. I always tell you. Now, here's the best part for you. With 3 daily draws, you never get to miss a chance. Start your morning with exciting morning draws. Keep the troll alive at noon and with a star midday games. And close the day with star with and not just star draws. That is 3 opportunities we are giving for you. Who will do this for you? 3 opportunities every day from Monday to Sunday to turn your dreams into reality. So don't wait, whether it's building that new home, supporting your family, or chasing your personal goals. Rand Lottery is the best lottery to stake. Join thousands of winners across the country this morning and make your dream a reality. So today is Friday. We are looking at the opportunities to stake. They include a Sika Kese, Star Friday, and Friday Anajusta. So today is Friday. Sika Kese, Star Friday, and Friday Anajusta. So these are the 3 opportunities you are looking at to win. So please stake, win, and when you win, let me know so you can share some money, right? And if you're looking to something you should note all the time, the Vanuatu Business and Pleasure Tour 2026 is bringing together business leaders, investors, and professionals for a unique blend of strategic engagement and leisure. Participants will take part in business forums, networking sessions, and investment discussions while also experiencing Vanuatu's rich culture, scenic islands, and tourism attractions. This is business with purpose. Remember, registration is currently ongoing for the Vanuatu Business and Pleasure Tour 2026. Think business, think leisure, think Vanuatu. To register, you can call Vanuatu Trade Commission Ghana on 0240 229 282 or 0544 626 905. Note, registration is first come, first serve base. So don't wait for last minute. And whenever you wait for last minute, there's always pressure on your head. So go and get yourself registered. And you know, it's always very necessary when we all start our day on a very good note, especially being a Friday. Well, if you haven't had your cup of Mixie Choco this morning, you're truly missing out something special. The rich new Tasty Choco Mixie is crafted to brighten your mornings and keep you refreshed all day long. Everything is right in there for you. Just add hot water and stir and enjoy a warm, comforting cup of Mixie Choco. Now, for the coffee lovers, they're not leaving you out at all. Mixie has something special for you too. Mixie Coffee delivers a creamy, smooth coffee experience that keeps you energized for your everyday hustle. Honestly, just one sip and you're going to feel it very well. And guess what? There is more. Introducing the new delicious Mixie Strawberry, a sweet, exciting addition, and one more reason you should love Mixie. Mixie, start your day well right with Mixie and start it well with Mixie. Mixie, planning hot. So today is Friday. We are going into the weekend as well. So get plenty at home. Share with the family and friends. If you're home in the office watching us as well, share it with your colleagues as well. Now, before we get to Jay Gabriel on the headlines with the ladies, let's see what the papers has for us this morning. So the Daily Graphic newspaper says, who bears NPP flag for 2028? Tomorrow's polls decide. So tomorrow we are going to see what is going to happen. A national airline to fly in 12 months. So the story is on page 20 of the Daily Graphic. And the big one too is saying vote #3. That's the Bawumia on the front page of the graphic. So let's win and rebuild for victory 2028. Win with Bawumia. And also, I'm poised for victory. Brian Acheampong saying that over there. And I will restore trust in party. Edu Chum also pledges there. So that's the 3 candidates we can see there. And the Ghanaian Times newspaper too says 5 aspirants, 1 goal. Who leads NPP in 2028, voting set for tomorrow. As I said, so tomorrow we'll decide. So you can see the 5 aspirants, Dr. Brian Acheampong, Edu Chum, Dr. Kennedy Acheampong over there. And the Daily Guide newspaper said the big one is saying NPP flag bearer race. It's a Bawumia win. Delegates go for consistency, experience. See the story on page 3 of the Daily Guide newspaper. So this and some other stories you can find there. The Meridian newspaper says it's Bawumia NPP delegates say. So that's the big one over there. In English, Alata Council meeting branded illegitimate. Yeah, so issues stay away warning. Yeah, so that's also another story over there. The National Voice newspaper, NPP delegates settle on Bawumia for consistency. I think this is also a trending story for today because of the primaries tomorrow. And DJ demands prosecution over attacks on journalists. Yeah, and COCOBOD payments delays hit Cocoa Farm, pledges jobs through aviation and tourism growth. So this and some other stories when you purchase the National Voice newspaper, you will find over there. The Observer Times also says, big push initiative at Forsen secures $12.8 million AFDB grant for major projects. And NDC set en road to 2028 general election. NDC set December 19 for National Delegate Conference. And NPP primaries usher MP hails Brian Acheampong as party unified. So this and some other stories when you purchase the Observer Times, you would find in there. So this and some other newspapers, when you purchase them, you find some interesting and exciting stories in there. Jay Gabra is already seated with our ladies this morning to delve deeply into the various stories making headlines this morning. Don't go anywhere. There's more coming out on the headlines this morning with Jay Gabra.
Time now for the headlines. You're still watching #GTV Breakfast. My name is Jay Gabra. Top of the issues this morning, we're leading into the presidential primaries happening tomorrow. Also, newspapers saying the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is the delegate's choice. Also, we're looking at that Supreme Court ruling that, about that inconsistency about the Pandai seat. There will be no longer a rerun. Martin Yundam remains a substantive MP for the area. And the Transport Minister says there will be a national carrier in the next 12 months. So we'll be looking into these stories and more. Perhaps the big push, the finance minister getting that grant from the AFDB. And also the fact that my outfit is also making headlines from Darko Clothing. Yes, you can find them on Instagram, Darko Clothing 888 as well. And then you can send them an email. So if you see me here, please, I'm just the moderator. The ladies are going to give their opinions on the issues trending. And I've been joined by the lovely ladies. First up is Teresa Kokuya. She was a member of the National Communication Team for the NDC. good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. Grace has found me.
And Grace has found us all. And seated right next to her is Haja Hamdatu Ibrahim, no stranger to the seat, from sides on issues.
I always want to be here.
We thank you for that.
If you see that I'm not here, which means I'm not in the country, or I'm not within the Accra.
When it happens and I'm not within the country, let us know. It's a special aid for Dr. Mahood Bawumia. She's also expected to be at the table, but considering how preparations are going for tomorrow, let's see if she can make it in time before the segment is over. But you can also join the conversation by our WhatsApp line 055-556-1034. You can share your thoughts with us, anything that's happening, and we will read out your messages. Yes, so just before we go right into the issues, ladies, I'll give you 2 minutes each to tell us anything that's on your mind. Haja, let me begin with you this time.
Let me say a very big good morning to our cherished viewers out there, especially the members of the Convention People's Party, led by our able acting chairperson, Wing Commander Sobodo, retired, with the assistance of his General Secretary, that's Kwame Nkrumah Butu. Very dynamic and energetic young man who is making sure the CPP is felt everywhere in the country. The CPP, we are preparing. Some of the regions have started their wars, elections. Kudos to Upper East, Upper West, Northern region, Savannah. Chairman One is watching us here, so let me say kudos. And all those who mean well for the Convention People's Party. I was in Kumasi last week. Before I left, I was at the bus station to pick up a car. And if you see the queue, you wonder what is happening in this country when it comes to transportation. So I'm of the view that if governments can partner the private sector when it comes to transportation in this country, it will help. Why am I saying that? You see metro buses being sold at cheap prices because they are not on the road. But look at the VIP buses and other buses that are privately owned. They are there in their numbers. So most of the buses that were on the other day when I was going to Kumasi were the private ones. And the queue. And people were even taking extra money to get tickets. But in fact, when I got to Kumasi and I was coming back, surprisingly enough, the buses were in abundance in Kumasi. So what is happening? So I think the transportation system needs to be looked at very carefully, because every single day we travel, people do businesses across the country, and then when we wake up in the morning and then there's no transportation. The last one I'll say on transportation is about, I want to congratulate the task force that were able to arrest the drivers who are misbehaving on the road. And I want to advise that we should make a system instead of just anywhere on the road.
By the roadside,
with the station, or maybe if it's the bus stop, it's the bus stop. Because they take the monies from the commuters because people are anxious to get vehicles. So they don't take the passengers from the stations. So I'm giving an example from where I'm coming from, that's Pokwasi. From Circle, they will say Achimota.
Oh my goodness.
From Achimota, then they will say... they take 3 before you get to Amasama.
Oh.
You see, instead of them loading from straight to, and then you end up paying, maybe if you're supposed to pay 6 cedis, 50 pesos or 7 cedis, you end up paying about 15 cedis. What is the minimum wage in the country? What is the minimum wage? So which means Ghanaians, we are living on life support. Only God knows how we are managing. So I think if the transportation system is well taken care of, Ghanaians will not make a lot of noise when it comes to that. Because in fact, it's very, very... At times, I have to divert my road. Most of the time, if I want to use Medina Road or maybe Achimota, I have to go through ATTC. Why? Because the students, they will close and you see them walking because some of them cannot afford to pay the transportation. So at times I will take them from maybe Caprice or Circle thereabout, or maybe Melcom,
just to help out.
Just to help.
That's the small you can do.
Yes, you see, so it's pathetic. Our transportation system, especially school children were given free transport with the Metro Mass, and now the Metro Mass is not even in abundance for people to even take. It's difficult to even get the students free transportation. Even if it's not free, but if it's a metro mass, they can afford. And the Ayalulu should be more, and the electrical buses should be more on our routes, because that's my take on that. Because I'm really worried about.
You had some viewers who share those same concerns, especially those going to Kasua and those going to Dodowa as well. It's like they keep creating stops.
You know, I can only speak on the road I know about.
We've had those concerns as well. Yeah, people keep turning us.
But they arrested some 27 drivers yesterday.
The tax force, Alaji Ibrahim Moro.
Yes. Oh, okay. I heard it on the news yesterday. We are not interested in arresting. They should do the right thing so that they will not be arrested.
How about you? What's on your mind?
Pardon?
How about you? What's on your mind?
Okay, so yesterday I was honored to join the Deputy Chief of Staff, Nana Oye Bampuado, as she celebrated her 60th birthday with the Jawulu Special School. And as I sat there, I was like, listen, as a country and as individuals, we all have a responsibility to reach out to children like these. It was so beautiful. I mean, very touchy. And then it's a call to duty that as citizens, you cannot be in your comfort zone. I mean, if it's just, life is not just about you. So the little that you can do to reach out to others, not necessarily, I mean, you might not have what it takes to organize all that, but at the corner where you live, the next house where you live, indeed, there might be people there who might need help. So we are each other's keeper. And that was so beautiful. Yesterday, as I sat there, I was like, okay, it means that there is a lot to be done. And then ensure that we are there for each other. So happy birthday, Mommy. God bless you.
Happy birthday once again. I saw the videos trending online.
Yeah.
Really?
Happy
birthday, Nana.
Yeah. Our team managed to cover it as well. It was
That's
great.
You were there. I
You just said, listen, if people will be doing that on their birthday instead of throwing big
You
parties,
see,
people who are already rich to come and enjoy.
You just say you do the little that you can. You also, help pick up the kids. Help them.
No,
so everybody is doing their part.
No, what I'm saying is that it's good. I'm only complimenting
Instead of
with
their
him.
parties,
I said instead of maybe big party, she has rather gone to see to the vulnerable in
So
society. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm not. Hey,
Okay.
Oyo is my sister. She's my very good friend.
Okay. So time for the substantive issues. On Wednesday, the Supreme Court came out with a 4-1 verdict. It says the Supreme Court of Ghana has delivered a landmark verdict in the high-stakes battle over the Pandai parliamentary seat. In a 4-1 majority decision on Wednesday, January 28, 2026, the Apex Court quashed the previous High Court ruling that had annulled the election of Martin Yendam. The judgment effectively reinstates a new Patriotic Party candidate as a duly elected representative for the constituency. Justice Gabriel Scott Pawan was the lone dissenting voice on the 5-member panel. And this issue has been, the genesis started, the dispute began after the 2024 general elections when the Tamale High Court annulled the results in Pandai. They had to go to the Supreme Court for the review and now the Supreme Court has come out with their ruling. We'll come out with the actual rulings, the statement itself next month, but for now it's a 4-1 majority and Martin Yendam remains the substantive MP for Pandai. And I'd like to begin with you on this, Teresa.
Okay.
Your thoughts on this matter. For the NPP, it's a vindication of the legal process, but I'm sure the NDC feels aggrieved the decision didn't go their way, but they still respect the rule of law. So
Indeed. Yesterday, clearly as a party, we were not too happy about the ruling. You've heard the leaders of Parliament speak about it. We wish it would have gone another way because we've raised some concerns about irregularities and all that. But having said that, the Apex Court, led by Justice Puaman, in a 4-1 ruling, have stated that indeed the mandatory time that was not met for them, that's the most important thing, before they go into any substantive issue, and therefore have decided that they have quashed. But for me, the take home for me is, listen, it tells me that the judiciary is on its own. They are delivering. You don't need, because we are in power, right? Yet, it goes to buttress the fact that the judiciary of today are doing their job.
They are independent.
They are independent. They are delivering. And therefore, after delivering, there is a way, right? If we are not too convinced about it, the only way is to go back to that same Apex Court and say that, can you really look at it? And for me, the confidence in the Ghanaian people as we speak now is what matters to me. As we speak now, Ghanaians anywhere, any Ghanaian can sit anywhere and know that indeed the courts are on their own. This is 4-1, and in their wisdom, and that's how it is. It tells me compromise, because in the time past, and I don't need to be a lawyer, and I'm wondering, who is sitting somewhere and is pulling strings? But this one, it is so clear. I need to go back to the court. Why not? So for now, I mean, that's the rule. We respect it as a party. We respect it. Few weeks or whatever, we're going to hear from the party. So for now, this is victory for Ghana, and that's the truth. This is victory for Ghana. This has really gone to tell us that our court systems are working perfectly now. And for me, that's the beauty
that's the takeaway,
of it.
That's the beauty.
That's it.
So
Yes.
it's like speaking to your majority chief whip and all that. It's like considering the decision. Are there any conversations where they might go back for a review? With regard to the review as well, a lot of people have the opinion only 2 more judges to be added. And
From the statement made by them, probably going back, but as I has a legal team, I'm sure the former candidate also has his own legal team he decides to go back. So as we speak now, I don't know about that, but the point is, it is also within our rights. If we decide that we want to go back, why not? Okay. Exactly.
The law allows you to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
The law is the law.
The law is the law. So some people say it's a vindication of our legal process. Do you agree?
You see, I always say that the Convention People's Party, we believe in the state institutions. And that doesn't mean that maybe if a state institution we cannot criticize or maybe also express our opinion. Because looking at what is happening in this country, whether now or previously, you could tell that maybe there's some kind of pressure on our verdict, let me put it that way, happened. Yeah. And you could see the fury from the MPP, the way from what transpired. And I was like, when maybe the petitioner only brought a complaint about some polling stations that maybe he feels there were some irregularities. Yeah. Because it happened in Ablekuma. Is it Ablekuma or Kankwe something, where there was some rerun of 19 polling stations. And I was saying that there's a possibility the MPP will go for appeal. Because if they go for the appeal, there's a possibility they will win. Why? Because of the what happened in Ablekuma. Is it Ablekuma North or something? Or Kankwe North? Because if somebody has come to petition you that 19 polling stations, was it 18 polling stations, he felt there were some irregularities. And then the other party is also saying that maybe 4 or something. Why do you call for the whole constituency to be rerun again? Right. So I saw some kind of problem with the kind of verdict that was given in Tamale. Lo and behold, they appealed. And then the Supreme Court of the country has decided. You see, depending on where it goes, you see the language that will be happening. You'll be hearing either MPP or NDC. So I will plead with the two political parties that they should have confidence in the judiciary. They should have confidence in all the state institutions. I'm not saying that maybe when they erred, we shouldn't complain. Now, there's a 4-1 verdict. Yeah. So why the problems again? So hasn't the one who descended, hasn't he got the right to descend? Why are people attacking him? Why are people coming after him? Saying why? And is it not part of the judicial? Is it not part of the law that you can descend? So for me, it has happened. I'm not part of MPP or NDC. I don't know what is going on in their minds, whether the NDC, even their communicator here, is not very sure whether they are going to seek for a review or not. But I will say that I think where all political parties are going to contest, because, these by-elections, cause a lot of wastage. People would use monies, materials to buy the votes of the people. So if there's a system whereby it is the candidate of the CPP who may be passed on or step aside or something, then the party should be in a position to replace that person. Because these by-elections, the tensions, the fights, and the resources that are being pulled, we'll come to the NPP elections. Because if you look at the way people are spending in elections, then you ask yourself, what is the motivation? And how people cannot even contest because of one, filing fee, two, the money that they will spend, especially when it comes to youth and women. We are looking at statistics, why women, and for that matter, youth, are not able to compete even within the internal politics. And for that matter, trying to even go to parliament. But as for appointment of ministers, it's at the discretion of the president. But what about the MPs? And maybe within your political party, you want to be more organizer, you want to be youth organizer, you want to be an organizer, you want to be a chairman. And then at the end of the day, the smaller parties, maybe if we pay our filing fees, are you with me? Yeah. Instead of us to use it to organize our party, when we are going to organize our internal elections, EC comes in because they have to print ballot boxes, papers, and what have you. So we have to use this same money to pay them. So we are championing the cause that political party funding is like a public, all political parties are public institutions, because that is what churn out the people at the end of the day that will be appointed. So if you don't put your best foot forward, it's like garbage in, garbage out. So we are saying the Electoral Commission, when it comes to internal elections, as part of support for political parties, ballot papers that are going to be printed should be free. It shouldn't be a burden on the political parties. You understand? Because if we are able to manage and collect our filing fees that we sweat to bring, especially the smaller parties, then we'll use that same money and pay the Electoral Commission to come and supervise our elections. Don't you think that if we change the way we do things, maybe smaller parties can also have some resources and build their parties?
Because I'm listening to you, it sounds like what Archbishop was saying the last time about marriage. It's like people want to get married, but they look at the cost involved. They don't want to get married. So that's also something.
Because a multi-party democracy must strive in the country. If we don't want to just have two political parties, either this one will throw to this and then you have people who are also more even qualified in other political parties.
You have to level the playing ground.
You have to level the playing ground. If you level the playing ground, we won't have an election and people will be going to court. I've been cheated or what have you.
Reruns and all that.
So in fact, politics in Ghana has become very, very expensive. And I'm of the view that if we don't look at where finances are coming from, as we discussed at the program the other day, we did that some people took some small essay to ridicule people. That if you want to listen, you have to watch the whole video and see how, because we're talking about people who will never go to opposition because either the brother is here or the sister is here. You understand? But some of us don't believe in that because I believe in the Convention People's Party. I'm being acting chairperson of the CPP. My sister is an executive member of her constituency. My brother is the regional chairman of Upper East. I don't see any family in the CPP who has all his family in the party like that. But to what extent? What are we seeing? Or how does the future look like? You understand? So it is incumbent on the government. We see when they are in opposition, they'll say, government must sponsor political parties. There must be political party funding. At first, they give us vehicles to even help with our organization. It has ceased. It has ceased. So if Ghanaians, if you want to see the blend of astute politicians, and you don't see the kind of thing that is happening yesterday in the court that two people are fighting, can you imagine if CPP had won that seat? Will there be any fight? There will not be any fight. Yeah. So for me, I'll tell the NDC they should just leave it, because even if there's a review, as you say, because these four people will not change their mind. They will not change their mind. So in order for the country to be cool, and then the monies that maybe have used for a by-election, they should rather encourage the government to use the money to put up some dilapidated structures that is in the Pandai constituency that maybe the road is good. No, I've been there before. It's very straight. I saw the way they were jubilating and so on and so forth. Even the town of the candidate who was challenging, they were all following the. So they are brothers. They shouldn't allow these politics to divide them.
Thank you so much, Ajay. Yes, speaking about elections, tomorrow the NDC has its presidential primaries. 5 candidates. MPP, sorry.
NDC have come out with their timetable.
They have come out with their timetable. Because of the so 5 candidates, vying for Mr. Kennedy Agyapong, former member of Parliament for Asin Central, Dr. Brian Echampo, MP for PTP, and former Minister for Agriculture, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, former Vice President, Dr. Yawose Duchum, former Minister of Education, and Mr. Kwabena Agyapong, who is the former Presidential Press Secretary and MPP General Secretary. Yes, so now these are your candidates for tomorrow. Who wins? What are your thoughts on the election process tomorrow? And who do you think the leadership of the MPP? What's going to happen tomorrow, Teresa?
Okay, so for tomorrow's election, I mean, we've heard a lot from the aspirants themselves, throwing bombs. This one is saying this about this. And then clearly you've heard a lot of them saying that it's as if the leaders, that is their executives, have a plan of championing the cause of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I mean, that's how it sees. It looks as if that's how they want it. From yesterday till today, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I mean, because some activities that they have made, some utterances, because I've seen that some, for every leader you have followers. So there might be one aspirant, aspirant A, the follower might throw jargon, might say something doesn't go well. Nobody says anything to that person. Let another person speak from another camp, then it becomes a problem. So we've seen that. I mean, so we can only wish them the best, except that when one of your sister stations interviewed the former East, he raised logistics and finance, like my mom just said. Yeah. And for me as a young politician, listen, I've gone for election at the constituency level. That story will be told another time. But the point is, you can't take that away from the conversation that if you are contesting for any election without source of funds, you can't go anywhere. And for me, that is worrying. That is worrying, and this does not go to only NDC, MPP. It goes clearly to the entire nation. Their electoral college, as I speak to you now, the volume is high, over 20,000.
200,000.
Sorry, forgive me. Over 200,000 delegates. Yeah. And then Mr. Kwabena Agyapong raised the fact that even if you decide that for every individual coming, you are even giving them 100 Ghana cedis as transport. That is whooping over 150,000. And so I agree with my mom that as a nation, transport, you get it, to delegates who will be moving to and fro to vote, it lessens the burden on aspirants. Okay, so we can't take that away. And for me, I'm a bit skeptical. Monday, I was on one of your sister stations, and I was like, so today it's as if when you go for any election and you don't have any money, it means that even though you might be the right candidate, if you don't have what it takes, then you won't place anywhere. And that narrative is not good. So as a nation, what are we thinking about as political parties? What can be done to ensure that this level of, making sure that you throw money out there is stopped? And I'm not looking just at them. I'm looking at the entire parties, NDC, MPP, CPP, whatever, so that we make sure that we produce the best leaders, not just a leader that has the money in the pockets, and then come and then you realize that the person cannot cannot, solve our problem. So this is a conversation for all of us. But we can only wish them the best in their. It's just so soon. It's just tomorrow.
Yeah.
We can only wish them the best. I understand by 3 p.m. the executives of MPP, the national executives on MPP, would come out to tell us who won. But listen, for followers, there can only be one winner. Among the 5, for every competition, there can be only one person. So even if you are following Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, you are with Kennedy, you are with Mr. Japan, whoever you are, at the end of the day, once the results it's declared, let's compose ourselves and accept it in good faith. Of course, people will accept it in good faith when they realize that it was a free and fair election. So whilst we are saying that, we're also calling on them to ensure that there will be fairness. Delegates will see the fairness in it, so that at the end of the day, when a winner is mentioned, we all know that collectively we are coming together to help.
Yeah. So, I spoke to Honorable Joe Wise earlier this week, told us about the entire process. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
It's going to be just before I come to Hajia, I just want to welcome Elena Madeko to the table. She's the aide for Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, one of the candidates vying for the flag bearership position of the MPP. Good morning and welcome.
My apologies for being late.
Yeah, it's good to have you on the table. So just before we come to share your thoughts, I would like to go to Hajia concerning the MPP presidential plan.
Yes, I was just doing some calculation. Yesterday I watched a video of somebody holding 5 kilos of rice in 200 Ghana cedis. So I made the calculation of the 200 Ghana cedis. I had about 40 million Ghana cedis times 200,000 delegates. And then if the rice, the cheapest one on the market is 250, the price. So if it's 50 cedis times 200, I got about 10 million Ghana cedis plus 40. That gives us 50 million Ghana cedis. Now, brother, do you know what this money can do to schools, health? Can we imagine? And we have to throw all this into the air. That's one candidate too. That's one candidate's calculation that I'm making. What about the other candidates? Elections are becoming so expensive. You ask yourself, you are coming to serve. Why do you have to bribe somebody that you are coming to serve? Why do you have to pay somebody that you have to come and serve? That is the kind of conversation that we have to be. The day before you said, let me go back to Helen was there. We were talking. Because some will ask you after talking, Nekra is saying, or Uban is saying. I remember in 2012, we were going around with a candidate in Domekwabenya. Then after talking, me, my 2 men, I gave some crates of minerals. And then the one who, he said, Ajia, who can say, hi, I'm a salachin or and I said, So after talking, I'm refreshing you. That no, that's not what they want. And I said, what do they want? I should bring some gallons of, the tin. And then bring some. And I said, hey, my party.
And that was 2012.
2012. And I said, hey. And then the chairman was like, Ajia, I said, me, I don't know what to do. So I said, me, the gallon you are talking about, me, I will not buy it. Even if I want to be president, I won't buy the gallon. That one, I won't do it. I won't do it. It's against my belief. So I'm saying all this because what is happening in the country, and it's not just Ghana, Africa, we are deprived. We said we are developing countries. We don't have enough resources. Most of our streets, go to Domekwabenya, all our streets are gone. And then monies like that can be channeled through development. But people are going to take it and go and vote. And let me tell you, it's cast across all political parties. All political parties. Even those of us who don't have, at least 10 cedis.
You have to give something.
You have to give something. Then you ask yourself, where are you going to get all these resources? When we went for the program, Helen was sitting there. I did the calculation like the MPP are charging 4 million for this development something. how many youth or how many women can pay that money to contest that election? How many? So at the end of the day, if we are not careful, armed robbers, people that we don't know their source of money, will come and lord over us and become leaders in this country if we are not careful. If it is about, if you don't give me this, I will not vote for you. You're not looking at people who are development oriented, can give you a proper education, health, care, your roads will be motorable, and so on. I think that conversation, we should try and be hammering on it. Because if you take 200 Ghana cedis to go and vote for somebody who is not capable, already bought his will, that's one thing people should understand. If you have taken money to go and vote, then you have no business coming to the person for anything again, because he bought the vote. He bought the vote. So I think it is a conversation that the whole country, because all of us are Biafrans, we are all guilty of it. All of us are guilty of it. Because you cannot imagine if a position of maybe a women's organizer, youth organizer, that day somebody mentioned about, is it 10 million Ghana cedis that somebody used to win a position? I'm telling you, if we have this 10 million Ghana cedis in CPP, we'll change the fortune of our party and even for the country. Because we'll put it at where it's supposed to be, by building the structures in our constituencies, walls, elections, and what have you. But somebody will just go and pay because the person wants to be elected. I think it is something that is putting some kind of fear, especially in women, to come forward for positions. Because if it does this, where can a woman get this calculation that I need? No wonder none of the women in the MPP even showed their face to contest. Why? Because 4 million. Apart from some of them have gone, Helen, how many times has she gone around this country? More than 3-4 times. There's fuel. There's laku for the people, campaign people who will follow. Yeah. So I think politics is becoming so expensive. It is becoming scary and dangerous.
Yeah. But before I go to Ellen, I just want to ask this question.
Yeah.
So whose fault is it? The political parties or the
we are all fault. We are all at fault. We are all the giver and taker. We are all at fault.
So you might do the right thing to still ask you for something.
So you see, I'm saying that maybe if a party is going to a congress, and then I have 2 million, she has 2 million, she has 2 million, that's 6 million in the same political parties. Leadership should agree that all of us should bring the money into the pool. Okay. We'll take care of transportation, so that the rest of the money should be used to continue running the party. Right. Is it not better?
Right. So these are your thoughts concerning the election cost and whatnot.
Too much.
It's too much, you know.
Too much.
The presidential primaries are tomorrow. The polls open at 7, and by 2 p.m. we close.
I wish them well.
Okay.
Even though all of the way they have interest in our party, who is leading, we too, we have interest in the one who is going to. We have interest, pa.
Thank you so much, Haja. So by 2 p.m. we know, and then Honorable Joe Wise assured us earlier this week that by 6 p.m. latest, we'll know who is the new flag bearer for the party. You're the A for Dr. Mahobam, you're the former vice president, one of the candidates, and you're looking forward to a great outcome tomorrow. So we just want to hear your thoughts concerning the presidential primaries. And if the time will allow us, you can speak about the Pandai ruling, the Supreme Court, and the 4-1 verdict.
Well, good morning to our viewers, and my apologies again for appearing late. It's been a grueling, tough, almost a year of campaign. So for me, I see this as a good end to a long process. And our delegates have heard everything that all 5 candidates have told them. And I believe that they are going to make a choice that is good for the MPP and eventually be good for Ghana. I would plead with them to vote for Dr. Bawumia, because I believe that he is the most prepared and the most experienced of all 5. And he can lead the MPP into the 2028 elections. So our delegates know. And tomorrow when you're moving, it's just a few hours. This is not the national election. So it's just 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Yeah. So you pick any ID card, a national ID, and make sure your name is on it and your name is clearly stated on it.
And then you move on to your voting center in your constituency. We are not congregating anywhere. Everybody will vote in their constituencies. So 276 constituencies plus the party headquarters. So 277 constituencies. Vote early, and then you can go and relax and do what you have to do. If you decide to go and do other things, by the time you come back, polling has closed. And we are going to behave ourselves. The NPP, we usually behave ourselves. So we'll behave ourselves and we'll vote and we'll pick a leader who I believe can lead us, and that is Dr. Bawumia. On the conversation I came to meet on the costs, I had to laugh.
Why is that?
I'm laughing because every election round, whatever, whether it is the national elections, whether it is the internal party elections, we have this conversation. And it seems to be getting worse by the year. 2 years ago, I stood for National Women's Organizer. And at the program we went to, I went with Hajia. I stated that for somebody who I didn't have any money. People sponsored me. When I finished and I put down my costs, I was running into 500,000 Ghana cedis. 500,000 Ghana cedis for an internal party position.
It was a national, what happened?
So you can imagine. And that 500,000 cedis didn't go into people's pockets. Logistics. He will sleep. And then to top it, icing on the cake, is the cracker for the delegates. If you meet them 1,000 times, you have to give them the cracker 1,000.
Don't even consider you, huh?
Exactly. And I am saying it without fear or favor, that in that race, I believe I was the best. I believe I was the best. But I simply didn't win because I simply did not have the money that my competitors had. One competitor I hear used in excess of almost 100 million Ghana cedis.
And you were putting 500,000.
Exactly. So you can now look at it.
Chicken feed.
Mine was just pocket change.
Chicken feed.
So the question is, if I use 100 million Ghana cedis,
100 million.
as it is stated,
10 million.
it's not 10. It is not. And when you do the calculations of what happened, even on the D-Day, that should tell you that it is possible. I'll tell you
You
later.
can build a room with.
Now you can build the whole
The
estate.
whole constitution, I don't know.
And this is just for the party internal one.
People to work.
Then you go up to the presidential ones in our parties. And I'm talking about my party. The NDC went through the same thing. Let those who contested for the national positions, let them come and tell you how much they spent, even though they were in opposition. And so now, I feel extra sorry for them because they are now in power. I can bet you the ones that Honorable Fifi Kwete spoke about is going to be damn expensive. Because when you are in opposition, everybody understands you are in opposition, so the cost will go down at certain levels. But as for the presidential level, it doesn't matter whether you're in opposition or you are not. You would have to spend. And apart from the 4 million that the presidential candidate had to pay for the party development and for the program that was run, they also had to, every one of them have to go around the country.
Yeah.
4 or 5 times.
Some couldn't even go once. Some couldn't finish. But some also went 2 to Dr. Bawumia. I believe is the one who have gone most. And you can imagine how much it cost per round. 276 constituencies. When you're done with that, then tomorrow, that's what we call the D-Day expenses. That is also another cost. That can cost as much as the whole campaign. And if you don't plan for the D-Day,
You don't have to give me money.
That means all the work you've done
everything
before
you've worked for is down the drain. So as you're calculating for the going round, you're making sure that you have some savings towards the D-Day, because that is where you see rice. You've seen that is prelims. That is prelims.
I saw rice with 200.
Exactly.
The guy was waving
That is prelims. And you have to, even when you are the best, when it is obvious you are the best for the position, you still have to show up. Otherwise, somebody who does not deserve to be there would use money and take you off. So if you're asking me how we are going to solve it, I think the whole system has to be changed. The whole delegate system. That's why, even though I do not agree with Professor Frimpong Boateng and the intention behind what they are doing, I think it is good. Yeah. Let's see what the Supreme Court will say. Because if we don't do something about this, and then immediately we are done with this, we're going to start our internal party matters, that's the elections. For the MPP in April, we're starting with our polling stations because their 4-year mandate is up. And you'll be shocked that at the polling station level, even at that level, you would have to spend.
At first, it wasn't like that.
You know why? At first, it wasn't like that, I agree. Those people down there, the people that you are with in the polling station that you're supposed to organize, they have seen how you have taxed everybody in that party, from presidential candidates to MPs to regional
DCs, MPs, everybody.
So it is now very lucrative to become a polling station executive.
You also want to be a part of it. It's like, give us.
And so if you are coming to me in that a small area that I should vote for you to become a party, like a polling station executive, it means that in the next 4 years, you're going to be benefiting from all of this. Let me just be very quick about an experience I had in Wenchi during the elections. 2020 elections. So these are our delegates who the parliamentary elections. Yeah. Every candidate, I think there were 5 of them. The D-Day, somebody gave, I think, 2,000, 3,000. By the time we're done, from the 5 people, every delegate got about 10,000 cedis. And this is a rural community. And the delegates come from the community. So the community sat down and they voted you. Apart from the money, some went home with fridges, some went home with televisions, some went home with all manner. So just imagine that you are coming from a rural community. Yeah. Your people have voted for you to go and, get somebody, an MP for us. And then you come back with all this. Then the ordinary person who is supposed to vote have pinned it down. When it is time for voting at the national elections, and then you are bringing them out to vote, you know what they told us? By your delegates, you gave them fridges. You gave them 10,000. I should come and vote for you for free. So even at the general election, and that's the point. That's a conversation we should be having. And it's not just one party.
It cuts across.
Cuts across. Yeah. So because we in the parties have monetized this whole matter, the ordinary Ghanaian sitting somewhere sees this as a profit-making business. So if you want me to vote for your party, MPP, you want me to vote for the NDC, you want me to vote for the CPP, why should I get up from my house, pay my own money, go and stand in the sun and vote for you for free? When your internal elections, you came home with a fridge, a TV, and 10,000 cedis.
Or some rice.
Showing everything on television.
And so that is the risk we are going to run. And this is what it means for us as Ghanaians. Very soon, the good people, the people who can be leaders, the people we need to be leaders, will not come out.
Absolutely.
I can bet you that I am not going to stand for the women's organizer position in the MPP.
Well, in opposition. And the dreams
I will not do it. You know why? When we were in power, I got people to sponsor me. But now that we are in opposition, who is going to sponsor me? And I do not have that money. I don't have 500,000 cedis. I don't have it. And there are people like me who do not even, 10,000, they don't get. But they are good. We need them for both internal party matters and then for the nation. When we went for the program, one thing that stuck in my head, I think one professor, he mentioned it, that the political parties are the recruiting agencies for governments.
I mentioned it from
you mentioned it, yeah.
So whether you like it or not, we are the ones going to produce your next leaders.
Absolutely.
So we should be watching what people should be, every Ghanaian should be interested in what happens in the political parties, how we choose the leaders, who become our leaders. Otherwise, whether you like it or not, it is NDC for now, it is NDC MPP. Yeah. So if you are not checking what we are doing in there, you are not checking how we are choosing our leaders.
Why?
For now, I said for now.
For now.
Perhaps by God's grace. Drug mafia.
Like Haja was saying earlier, armed robbers and stuff will become the leaders. Yeah.
They would either come themselves or they would sponsor people. And you know how that
means? Get their way.
National policy. Can you imagine that a drug baron is the one sponsoring your president? And because you didn't check from the party, maybe that person has sponsored that person right from the beginning when the person started. And these drug cartels, that's what they do. They look for the brightest, they look for the youngest, and they start sponsoring you. Sometimes you, the candidate, you don't even know.
No, yeah.
By the time you realize what it is, the person has sponsored you for years. What do you do?
You are glad for the support at that time, not knowing where it's coming
please,
from. Yeah.
We have to, it should be a national agenda. Today is the NPP. How are you keeping an eye on us? Because we are the recruiting agencies for your future leaders.
But Teresa, what's your story like? You mentioned earlier, you mentioned...
Within a minute, I mean,
Okay.
I went for my constituency is Ayaso Central. My MP, Honorable Raouf, good morning, sir. I went for executive member.
Okay.
You know, as little as executive member, just to serve my party. And then on the election day, you see 10, 15 people gathering themselves and coming and they are like, Madam, we are ready.
Oh.
Now we are waiting for you.
Ready for...
They are not going to vote. So, what to me, then they will determine when they stand there whom they are going to vote for. That's what it means. Then you have about 5, 10. So initially, when you get like 2, 3 people, you think that 2, 3 video, just something
And
small.
then they keep coming.
Serve. If you want me to serve, please vote. I'm sorry, I don't have that money. And guess what? I didn't make it.
Suffering the same consequences of people's attitude. Because I quite remember when I started availing myself for an elected position in CPP, Kumasi, trade fair, maybe it's just food that you cook and people will come to your destiny and eat, but not to give money. Even in Sunyani, I didn't pay, but I became the first vice chair. But people were paying. I was like, hey, I'll go to some place, I'll talk. Some people will say, but I don't know where they are doing the thing. But the next election, it was something else. It was, you see, we have to speak the truth. You see, if you are sick and you don't tell the doctor your sickness, it will be difficult for him to give you the right prescription. It's a canker that has sunk in our society. What can we do to eliminate this canker? Because we are a smaller party. We don't have the resources. The little that we organize should rather go to build the party, not to give it to individuals to come and vote for us. I quite remember when I started voting in 1999. Professor Mausi Dake, when he wanted to be the chairman of the party, he came to meet me. And I told him I've already committed myself to Dr. Bakar Alassane that time. And he said, he liked my honesty, that I should take this and come to Legon. They were not in Accra. I can't remember giving it as a service. I want to come and you are coming to serve, so why should you give me money? But things have changed now. The last election, people were waiting. Most of the delegates refused to vote until about 12 to 1 p.m. That was in 2020 when I contested. And they were asking, they are waiting for, well, we've not seen her just envelope. I don't care who will call me names and insult me. I don't care. Is it happening or it's not happening? So we have to say it so that we'll look for a solution. Because the smaller parties, we are suffering. Because if we are able to pay our filing fee and we are able to raise about 2 million, why don't we use the 2 million to build our structures? Why should we use the 2 million to give to people to come and vote for us? So I think it's a serious conversation that somebody will say it's a running conversation.
Yeah,
that
it is because like if every election you have to do it, it's like and the cost will keep escalating.
Look at this 40 million I've calculated. Let's multiply it by 5. How many million?
And even Ellen said 500,000. If you do the inflation and everything, adjusting it by year to the next time she wants to go.
Multiply it 5 times. That is what is going into delegates' hands.
And you know the sad thing.
So can we
Is
move
the
to
women?
maybe
Is the women in the parties who suffer?
who suffer?
Because Haja mentioned that's like they hardly go.
Afford it.
Yes, that was the topic we were
Now,
discussing.
I think
Helen, that was what we discussed.
I've hit the age where I can stand for president. So assuming
You also want to.
I want to go, or any other woman in my party wants to go,
How will you go?
how are we going to raise 4 million?
What will you get?
What job have we done? What have I done that I should be able to afford? People will tell you that, you should get people to sponsor you. But you've forgotten that if people sponsor me, they control me when I win.
You will need something from you in the end. Yeah.
Why would anybody want to invest 4 million in me?
Which
For
means
this,
the
what will
person
he
has
get?
interest. There's something that
And this is just for party development. What about going round, talking to people? So for women in the political parties, we look at all this, and some of us too who get the money, those who are able to get, they think that why would I want to invest in this when I can easily set up a factory and make more money?
Yeah. So, Ellen, I wish you all the best come the elections tomorrow for your candidate and for the party. Theresa, thank you for your thoughts this morning. Haja, we need to look and have that conversation about the cause. And so that people don't give up on their dreams. My guess for the headlines this morning, we started talking about election costs, realized that what's happening is something we need to talk about. And also we received a message this morning that says, good morning, I need your help with this despicable thing happening at the Osu Cemetery. The MC in charge of Osu Cemetery should be told to keep a close eye on the place. There are miscreants who dig up graves, throw out remains, and sell the space to unsuspecting families who have lost their loved ones. This is so unfair and un-Ghanaian. He needs to take action and deal with these criminals. If your loved ones are at the Osu Cemetery, please visit their graves. It is a painful and terrible experience. I've experienced it myself. I'm ready to speak about it if you need me to. And this comes from Engineer Ken Edem Ashibe, reaching us this morning about going on at the Osu Cemetery.
Rest in peace.
Just our time is up. We have a conversation with the Honorable Minority Leader. Please don't go anywhere. My clothing is by Daco Clothing, specially sponsored this wonderful outfit I'm seeing. You see their contacts on your screen right there. Please reach out to them for your wonderful outfits as well. Elevate your wardrobe. All right? We'll be back right after this.
Check away, say move in front, a son of Kabaka, and wine and Madan. So Jagella, it's so pressure on the Queen of Retro Queen, yeah. Came my yappy, but soon the chant and a man, no. Shama can say, Namemudi and wash it.